Have you ever noticed small changes in your body and wondered if they're just a normal part of aging or if there's something more to it? As men age, certain physical signs begin to appear. Some are obvious, while others are subtle. You may even notice some of these changes before you can see them, as certain bodily changes can manifest in unique ways, such as changes in scent. These aren't random occurrences, they are clear markers of how the body adapts over time. Understanding these signs can help you gain a better perspective on the natural process of aging. In this video, we are diving deep into 4 key signs of aging in older men. 1 related to smell, 2 that get noticeably bigger, and 1 that becomes smaller. Some of these changes happen gradually, but others can appear suddenly, catching you by surprise when you look in the mirror. How many of these signs have you noticed in yourself? Stick with us until the end, as you might uncover something that explains a change you've noticed in yourself, but never fully understood. By the end of this video, you'll not only have a clearer understanding of what's happening to your body, but you'll also learn what, if anything, you can do to manage or prevent these changes. Let's dive in. 1. The unmistakable smell of aging. There's a particular scent that tends to accompany the aging process, and if you've ever visited a senior living facility, you may have noticed it. It's not about poor hygiene or cologne preferences, it's something far more intricate. This scent is a natural part of aging, and it's a result of biochemical changes at the cellular level. As men age, the skin undergoes biochemical changes, leading to the production of a compound known as non-enol. While this compound may be odorless to some, to others, it is noticeable. Non-enol is created when fatty acids in the skin break down due to oxidative stress, resulting in a scent that is often described as slightly grassy, waxy, or even stale. This scent doesn't wash away as easily as regular body odors. Unlike the usual body smells that come from bacteria breaking down sweat, non-enol binds to fabrics, lingers on the skin, and resists removal by conventional soaps. This is why some men might still detect the scent even after showering. What's even more interesting is that younger skin naturally regenerates, washing away excess oil and sweat, while aging skin retains more oxidized fatty acids, which increases the presence of this scent over time. Take Richard, a 74-year-old retired engineer, for example. He began to notice that his shirts seemed to retain a specific smell even after washing them. His granddaughter once remarked, "Grandpa, you smell like books and wood," which is a common way people describe this odor. At first, Richard thought it was his cologne or laundry detergent, but when switching products didn't make any difference, he realized that his skin had developed a new scent altogether. Studies have shown that after the age of 40, people begin producing non-enol in small amounts. By the time men reach their 70s, the scent becomes much more noticeable. Although it's impossible to completely stop the body from producing non-enol, there are ways to reduce its buildup. Special soaps designed to remove excess oils are more effective at neutralizing non-enol than regular body washes. Additionally, incorporating antioxidant-rich foods like green tea, citrus fruits, and leafy greens into your diet can help reduce oxidative stress and slow down the process. And because non-enol can cling to fabrics using baking soda in the laundry or odor-neutralizing sprays specifically designed for aging skin can help manage the scent. So, if you've ever wondered why your scent has changed over the years, it's not just your imagination. It's a natural, biological part of aging that every older man experiences. Now you know that it's not about hygiene, it's just part of the aging process. 2. A bigger belly that won't budge. A growing midsection is one of the most common signs of aging in men, but it's not just about overeating or skipping workouts. As men age, their metabolism naturally slows down, muscle mass declines, and hormonal changes make it easier to store fat, particularly around the abdomen. You may have noticed that even though your diet hasn't changed much, your waistline continues to expand. This is largely due to the gradual decrease in testosterone levels over time. Testosterone plays a critical role in helping the body maintain lean muscle. As testosterone decreases, the body's ability to preserve muscle mass diminishes, and since muscle burns more calories than fat, the shift leads to a slower metabolism. This slowdown makes it easier for extra calories to be stored as belly fat. In fact, one of the most noticeable changes men experience as they age is the accumulation of fat around their midsection, even if they are not overeating. This shift in fat storage isn't just about appearance. It can affect how you feel physically. Perhaps you've noticed that your shirts fit tighter, bending over has become harder, or carrying the extra weight around your belly makes it more difficult to move comfortably. Take Frank, a 76-year-old man who was always lean in his younger years. Even though his diet hadn't changed much, he started noticing his belly protruding more while his arms and legs seemed thinner. At first, he blamed it on age, but he didn't realize that his body was redistributing fat, storing more in his abdomen while muscle mass in his limbs decreased. The concern isn't just aesthetic. Research shows that excess abdominal fat in older men increases the risk of serious health conditions such as heart disease, diabetes, and even cognitive decline. Unlike fat stored in other areas of the body, abdominal fat is metabolically active. This means it releases inflammatory chemicals that affect everything from blood pressure to brain health. That's why men with a larger waistline in their 70s and 80s often experience higher levels of fatigue, joint pain, and even sleep disturbances. So what can you do? Resistance training is one of the best ways to combat muscle loss and prevent metabolism from slowing down too much. Additionally, prioritizing protein in your diet helps maintain lean mass, keeps you feeling full for longer, and makes it easier to manage your weight. Finally, limiting processed carbohydrates and added sugars can help regulate insulin levels and prevent further fat accumulation. While gaining some belly fat is a natural part of aging, letting it grow unchecked can have serious health consequences. If you've noticed your midsection expanding, it's not just your imagination, it's your body adapting to the natural hormonal shifts of aging. 3. The mystery of growing ears. You might not notice it right away, but your ears are actually getting bigger as you age. Unlike other parts of the body, which may shrink or change in shape, the ears continue to grow throughout life. This is not a trick of the light or your imagination. It's a well-documented process that occurs because of the growth of cartilage, the flexible tissue that makes up most of the outer ear. As men age, the cartilage in the ears continues to grow, and gravity pulls the ears downward, stretching them and making them appear even larger. The ears might appear longer, droopier, and even seem disproportionate compared to the rest of the face. While this change is subtle over short periods of time, the effects become noticeable as you get older. Studies have shown that ears grow by about 0.8 inches per decade. By the time men reach their 70s or 80s, their ears can be noticeably larger than when they were younger. Take George, a 78-year-old retired teacher. He had always had proportionate ears in his youth, but after looking at a photo from his wedding day, he was shocked to see how much his ears had changed. His ears weren't just larger, they looked longer and droopier. He also noticed that his earlobes, which were once firm and round, had become thinner and stretched out, which made his ears appear even larger. This is a common experience among older men, though it's not often discussed. This growth in ear size is not a medical concern, but it can affect a person's appearance. And for some, it can even make them feel self-conscious. So what can be done? While you can't prevent cartilage from growing, maintaining skin elasticity by staying hydrated, eating collagen-boosting foods, and protecting your skin from excessive sun exposure can help slow down the drooping effect. Using moisturizers and vitamin-rich skincare products can also help keep earlobes looking plump and youthful. Ultimately, growing ears are just another normal part of aging. Much like wrinkles or graying hair, it's a natural sign of the passage of time, the disappearing calves. As men age, one of the most noticeable changes happens in the legs, specifically in the calves. You may have looked down one day and realized that your once strong, defined calves don't have the same shape or size that they used to. This is a sign of muscle atrophy, a process where muscle mass gradually declines over time. There are a few reasons for this. First, as testosterone and growth hormone levels drop, the body naturally loses muscle faster than it can rebuild it. Second, many older men become less active without realizing it. Even if you still walk daily, you may not be engaging your calf muscles as much as you did when you were younger, especially if you no longer run, jump, or lift weights. Third, changes in the circulatory system reduce blood flow to the legs, which can contribute to muscle loss. Take Robert, a 75-year-old who spent most of his career on his feet. He always had strong, well-defined calves, but in his late 60s, he noticed they were getting thinner and weaker. Even simple activities like climbing stairs or standing up from a chair without using his hands felt harder. Initially, he chalked it up to aging, but in reality, his muscle mass was shrinking due to inactivity and hormonal changes. Losing muscle in the calves is not just a cosmetic change, it can have real consequences. Weak calves can affect balance, increase the risk of falls, and contribute to slower walking speeds. Studies show that men with reduced calf muscle mass tend to struggle with mobility as they age, making daily activities more challenging. The good news is that you can slow down muscle loss and even reverse some of it with the right exercises. Activities like calf raises, resistance band exercises, and brisk walking on an incline can help rebuild muscle and improve circulation. Additionally, getting enough protein in your diet is essential for muscle recovery and maintenance. Final thoughts. Now that we've covered these 4 subtle yet telling signs of aging in men, take a moment to reflect on how many of them you've noticed in yourself or others. Aging is a natural process, and while some changes are inevitable, understanding them gives you the power to take better care of yourself. Whether it's staying active to maintain muscle strength, paying attention to skin changes, or making small adjustments to your routine, these little efforts can go a long way in helping you age with confidence and vitality. Aging shouldn't be feared, it should be embraced. With the right mindset and habits, every wrinkle, every change in your body, and even the subtle scent of time tells a story of experience, resilience, and wisdom. Instead of focusing on the changes, think about what you can do to stay healthy, strong, and the best version of yourself. So, what stood out to you the most? Have you noticed any of these signs in yourself, or are there other signs you've observed that weren't mentioned here? We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating meaningful content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.